See how to find the nth Fibonacci number. So to find the nth Fibonacci number, we need to know what is the Fibonacci series. So Fibonacci series starts like this, right? A particular number you have to get by adding the previous two numbers. This number you will get by adding these two numbers. 5 you will get by adding this two. 8 by adding these two. Okay. Now if n is equal to 5, you have to return 5. Okay. So fifth number is 5, which means this is the first number. First number, second number, third number, fourth number, fifth number. So that is what is expected. So how to solve this, right? If the n is 6, you have to find the sixth Fibonacci number. So output should be 8. If n is 7 now, the output should be 13. So this is the input and this is the output. Which Fibonacci number you need, and the corresponding Fibonacci number you have to return as output. Okay, so now how to solve this? So usually problem solving, how to approach is how you will solve in your mind. Suppose you are asked to find the fifth Fibonacci number. Now what you will do is, in your mind, let's say this is your mind, right? So you have to store two numbers, correct? So first you will store 1 and 2. Okay. After you store 1 and 2, right? I think you have to store two numbers because you have to add two numbers. So in your mind, you should always store two numbers. For then you will add it. You add it, then you have the result. Okay. Once you have the result, right? Then you need not store this number, right? To get the next number, these two numbers is what is needed, and these two what you will put in the mind. Just go through your mind. 1 on 1 you have 1 plus 1 2. Just 2 put here and keep 1 here. Then 1 plus 2 is 3. Put 2 here and put the new 3 here. Okay. Then in the mind what do you do? 2 plus 3 is 5. Right. So before putting 5 here, put the 3 here and then put the 5 here. This is the mind. You need not remember other numbers, right? Once you come to a particular number, to calculate a particular number, only you need the previous two numbers. That is what you have to keep on putting in your mind. This is how you also calculate in your mind, right? So you are keep on doing until you get, right? So initially you have two numbers, right? Initially you have this 1 1. So if you are, how many times you have to do it? If you want to get the fifth Fibonacci numbers, already two numbers is there in your mind. You have to do this 1 plus 1 2. You have to do it only 3 times. To calculate 2, to calculate 3 and to calculate 5. So 3 times is what you have to do in your mind, right? The same logic you have to apply for coding. Okay, so this logic, let's see how to apply for coding. When you apply for coding, the only thing you have to do is, whatever you keep in your mind, right, you have to assign variables for that. That's how when you assign variable, memory will be allocated, right? And you can store value in the memory. So you have to allocate variables for it. So in your mind you have two variables, right? Two values you store. So you have to allocate two variables for it. Allocate two variables for it. Let's call it first number, which is 1, and second number, which is also 1. Okay. And then you have to calculate and also store that 2, right? Okay. Once you calculate, you have to store 2, right? So for that I have another variable called third number, which is tn. Okay. Let's keep like this. Okay. Now what you have to do is, right, if suppose you have to find the fifth number, already two numbers are there. So you have to run a loop 3 times, right? So from third number till fifth number. So just run a loop from third number till how many which number you need, right? Fifth number na till 5. So we need nth na till n. I plus plus. Okay. So in the loop, first what you have to do? First you have to calculate the third number. How you calculate the third number? This is what in the mind what you do? You add these two numbers and assign it to the third number. So you add the first two numbers and assign it to the third number. So what you have in your mind is, right, you have one more, this is the first number, this is the second number, and you have a third number. You add these two and put it in the third number. That's what you do, right? So once you put it in the third number, right, we don't need this value. Okay, just move the second number here and the third number here And again do the same calculation to get the new third number. When you move this here, this becomes 1. When you move the 2 here, this becomes 2. Then you do the same first number plus second number, you will get the third number. Right? So the second number has to be moved to the first number. Correct? So how to write the code for it? So first number has to be changed, right? Second number has to be moved to the first number has to be changed. Whatever has to be changed should come in the left hand side. So second number, now it is moved to the first number. This one is moved. Then the third number should be moved to the second number. So second number has to be changed, right? Now third number is now moved to the second number, right? So you keep on doing it, right? Suppose let's say the n is 4, right? First time what happens? Your Fn and Sn is 1 plus 1. Let's assume, let's do a new one, right? Fn is 1, Sn is 1, this is Fn, this is Sn, this is Tn. You have not assigned any value, so it will be garbage value, right? We don't know what value it is. So we need the fourth number, right? So this loop should run, we need the fourth number now. We have to run once for 2 and once for 3. So from third number till fourth number, you are running it twice. So first you calculate the third number, which is Fn plus Sn, which is 2. Then what you do is, Sn is moved to Fn. So Sn is moved to Fn, so Fn becomes this 1. And the Tn is moved to Sn. The Tn is moved to Sn, this becomes 2, right? And then moves up. Now the I value plus plus, I value is 4. Then comes here, Fn plus Sn is what, 3, that is moved to Tn, so this is 3. So Sn is moved to Fn, this is moved here, and the Tn is moved here. Okay, then I value is 4, right? Then when you go to the I plus plus, the I value becomes 5. Now n is 4, I is 5. This condition is false, that comes here. When it comes here, the fourth value, right, which is that it will be there in the Tn variable. That is what we need to return. Okay. Now, this is fine. Now, after we write the code, right, what you have to do is, we also did a dry run for fourth value, right? We did a dry run for fourth value. What if you do the dry run for n is equal to 1? Correct? So, if n is equal to 1, the n value is 1, it comes here, this value get assigned, and then Tn is garbage value. I is equal to 3, I less than or equal to 1, 3 less than or equal to 1, this is false. Now you are returning Tn. This Tn is the garbage value, you didn't assign any value, right? So this is wrong, right? So you are not returning proper value, right? So what if I just put this Tn is equal to 1? If Tn is equal to 1, if this condition false, it comes to here. If n is 1, this condition is false, it comes out of the loop, you return Tn, you return 1. And if n value is 2, come here, I is equal to 3, 3 less than or equal to 2, this is false, comes here, returns 1, right, returns 1. When I value is 3, right, this is what you have to return this one, right, 2, right, it comes here, I value is 3, 3 less than or equal to 3, true, it comes here, it calculates 1 plus 1, which is 2, right. So after, then Tn is updated. So next time it comes out of the loop, 3 will be returned. I think it works for all the test cases. Let's try to run and see. So there's an issue here for test case 0, right? For input 0, right? Our code output is actually 1. So actually 0th Fibonacci number you have to return 0. Okay. So that alone we will add separately here. If n equal to 0, 0 the Fibonacci number is 0, right? We can return n or we can return 0, because 0 the Fibonacci number you have to return 0, right? So that is one test case which is failing. Let's try to run it now. Well, now all the test case passed. This is how, right, when you write the code, some particular test case will get failed. Just we need to just debug and then make the appropriate changes.